And I now give the floor to the distinguished representative of Israel.
Thank you, Mr. President, for convening this meeting. We also thank the delegation of Jamaica for their leadership on this issue, and we recognize the many other Caribbean and African states that have lent momentum to the drive to formally honor the victims of slavery and the transatlantic trade. Mr. President, earlier this year, on a cold, gray March day, the efforts of many member states, organizations, and individuals came to fruition. With the unveiling of the permanent memorial to the victims of slavery, the Ark of Return, visitors and diplomats will now be starkly reminded of the unnamed millions who endured unspeakable suffering and those who perished. With the completion of the memorial, one chapter of our work has come to a close. And while we have good reason to be satisfied with this accomplishment, long overdue, we must now turn to the work ahead. As the resolution we are about to consider stresses, the responsibility for educating about the causes, consequences, and lessons of slavery falls to us as member states and as individuals. In this regard, we support the efforts of the United Nations, including the activities of the Department of Public Information, to teach these lessons across cultures and generations, and we encourage all member states to do the same. In adopting these resolutions, member states recognize the indomitable spirit of the millions of slavery's victims, and in their honor, pledge to continue to teach the lessons of the past. Mr. President, one of the most important holidays on the Jewish calendar is the observance of Passover. The holiday recalls the 400 years of bitter slavery of the Jewish people and celebrates the joy of freedom gained after generations in bondage. A key part of this holiday, also known as the Feast of Freedom, is the relating of this epic story to the next generation. In fact, the act of careful teaching it is so important that the Passover observance has changed little for hundreds of years. I mention this, Mr. President, because a crucial purpose of teaching and honoring the past is to inform how we act today and how we influence future generations. Our knowledge and understanding of past injustice should compel us to act whenever it echoes in the present. We must therefore recognize that the long arm of slavery continues to touch the modern world. Slavery's legacy lives on in discrimination and inequality, racism, and prejudice. The most fitting tribute we can pay to slavery's victim is by addressing these issues and by committing ourselves to fighting modern-day slavery in all its forms. Wherever a child is forced into hard labor, wherever a person is sold into prostitution, we must put into action the responsibility that comes with memory. In conclusion, Israel is proud to have played its part in honoring the memory of the victims of slavery by contributing to the Permanent Memorial Fund and by co-sponsoring the present resolution. As we have done each year, we are grateful for this opportunity. Thank you, Mr. President.
I thank the distinguished representative of Israel.